Hey, this is Eric with General Purpose Preparations, and I know we've all carried our fair share Camelbak bladders before in the past. You know, the typical, normal 100 ounces. How about a 25-liter Camelbak? Stick around. So this is the Camelbak Squadbak. As the name implies, it is designed for a squad of individuals or a team of individuals to go to a location that wouldn't be exactly savvy for water, or a place that's kind of outside supply lines that can't get access to the normal way of getting water. So you go ahead and you start out with your 25 liters of water in this bag. So for people like us, it seems kind of weird that you want to carry something this big. But if you have a small group of guys who want to go out in the woods and survive somewhere, you might not always have exactly the perfect access to water. So this allows you to maybe not camp so close to a water source, maybe be a couple miles away, send out a small group of people to go out and retrieve that water and bring that back. How much does this thing weigh? Well, it's about 6.6 gallons of water. So that's roughly 50 pounds. So imagine this being the same weight as a normally packed large rucksack. It's not too bad. The water does obviously all go to the bottom, so it kind of sits in the lower back. It's not horrible. It does have some padded straps. So I like to ask people this. When you store water at your house and you have a plan for that, how do you replenish that supply? If your plan is to walk anywhere, you have to really think about a way to carry and transport that water from the location back to your house. This really solves a lot of those problems because it's essentially just a giant backpack with a bladder in it. So instead of trying to maybe haul a sled or 5-gallon buckets, sloshing stuff everywhere, walking through a forest, sling this on your back and go. It's very, very easy and very, very simple. So what makes the Camelbak Squadbak so unique, besides the size of it, is also the way you can go ahead and deliver water. So you have this large garden hose here, which if you go ahead and turn this on, you can go ahead and get water out of that as well as into it. I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate a filling video. But what's really neat are these two little ports here on the bottom. What those are Camelbak quick disconnects, which allows you to fill up your Camelbak by simply connecting it through the mouthpiece, replacing the mouthpiece, such as one of these. You simply replace the mouthpiece, you plug it directly in there, turn it on, and with some gravity, you would go ahead and you would actually get water out of that. So let's say you're at a location and you have absolutely no way of filtering water into the Camelbak Squadbak. Say you're at a pond and you simply dunk it and you fill it like a regular Camelbak. Well, you have to filter that water somehow. And I found a cool little way to make that happen with this Camelbak Squadbak. What you do is you use a mini Sawyer. You chop up an old Camelbak hose. You get two pieces. You'll have the male end there and the female end. So you go ahead and you simply connect that on to the end of these. So here's your quick disconnect end. Make sure you have the flow going in the correct direction. Okay, there we go. Now, all we have to do is actually connect this to the bottom here. And there we have a way to easily and quickly filter water that's dirty in this pack out onto other water sources. Huge, huge benefit right there. All right, so we've completed our mission and we have filled up our Camelbak Squadbak. Bring it back to camp. And even a little sapling like this should be able to hold it. I'm gonna go ahead and hang this up here. Okay, so we have our Squadbak now hanging. Now we're gonna go ahead and connect the filter, and we're gonna show you how to filter out some water. We're gonna take our Sawyer mini filter. We're gonna go ahead and remove the mouthpiece here. Take that female end, connect that, like so. We're gonna open this up. There's a little lever in here. You flip that lever, and that right there is easy filtration. Super simple, super easy. And this will go ahead and supply guys for, depending on the amount of people, several days. All right, so how about cost? Well, if you go ahead and look at the retail of this, it's going to be about $300. No way I was paying that. So I went on eBay. And I found one for about $74 shipped. And to me, $74 for this is a hell of a deal. I mean, you're talking about a water bladder or a jerry can that's essentially a backpack. And it has a complete plethora of uses to use. I mean, you use it camping, hunting, people put them in campers, put them at campsites, store them in your house in case of emergencies. There's tons of uses for this thing. And the flexibility and the handles and the way that you can filter water, it just makes this a no-brainer to me. That for that price, I mean, that's cheaper than most normal size Camelbaks. So I give this item a thumbs up for sure. This thing is tough, it's dependable, and it's flexible. And to me, for a team item, as in something that one of your guys would carry, this is definitely a win. And I think more people should be looking into things of this nature when it comes to survival, especially in small groups. I wouldn't carry this as a single person because I have my own filter for my own Camelbak, but this saves your group a lot of time and possibly a lot of hassle. So I give this item a huge thumbs up. So I'm just taking the Camelbak here, short little hike through my forest. Not wearing any kit, just want to get a good feel for how this carries. And honestly, it feels pretty comfortable. It really distributes the weight quite well. It's not awkward. It just feels like there's a lot more weight in my lower back, because obviously that's where the water is going to settle at. But it feels pretty good overall. It would not be hard for, a single person to go ahead and carry this. This is the only thing you're carrying. This full on top of the rest of your pack, yeah, no way. I'm not doing that. But get to your campsite with this empty, take it out, go on a little recon mission, find yourself some water, and yeah, haul this back. This would be a pretty sneezy water source. So it does slosh a little bit. I was just doing a little run, and definitely have some sloshing going on. So this wouldn't be the most sneaky of items, being a giant bladder full of water on your back. So take that into consideration. So I don't ever do on my couch reviews. I always go out and actually test and use this equipment. And if it's something I don't like, I'll tell everyone. So far, this thing's been top notch for what it is. It's important to get out there and test your gear, test your equipment, test yourself. So as always, in a time of weak men, it's up to you to be strong.